overseas fans, you protect yourself at all times. Keep your punches up and give me a good clean break. Touch gloves and good luck.
Well, big thing, Dick, is Gotti faces more speed than he's ever seen, and Mayweather probably sees more power than he's ever faced.
Let me ask you this question. McGirt has said that they can't sit in front of Mayweather. They're not going to hit him on, they can't hit him on the chin. Nobody can hit him on the chin, he's too fast. So you don't sit in front of him, but you got to get to his body.
That's right. And they have to jab their way in and move on some angles and then punish him to the body if they get that opportunity. He is tough to hit to the head because watch Mayweather's head movement makes himself more elusive. It would be probably a secondary follow-up punch that would get him if you land to the head.
Gotti physically looks much bigger. This is only the third fight at the junior welterweight level for Mayweather. He is the former super featherweight champion and lightweight champion, and has moved up into the junior welterweights or light welterweights.
Gotti was probably a junior welterweight yesterday for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. When he got off that scale, he went to eat and he put the weight on.
Probably went from 139 to 149, 150.
Interesting, he dropped 28 pounds to get ready for this fight. That was a lot to take off during training, but he made weight.
Well, that was a problem he had early on in his career. He used to balloon up and lose tremendous amounts of weight to get ready for a fight, so I was kind of surprised that he did that again this time.
Gotti trying to jab here. Mayweather hits him with a hook and then a right hand, but we're seeing a more controlled Gotti, the same guy that we saw against Branco, Doreen, and Leija, being patient early in the fight. The thing is that if he gets nailed, will he go back to the old Gotti, or will he be this version? It's an interesting question.
He's been pretty disciplined over his last 6 fights. Since his second fight with Mickey Ward, he's done what McGirt wanted. I would be surprised if he abandoned what he's been doing the last 6 fights, but then one never knows because he's in with a very talented fighter.
He won't abandon it voluntarily. If it'll happen, it would be after he got hit. But this has been where he would like to wage the fight.
And you see how quick Mayweather is. Jumps out of the way very quickly.
He can't appeal to the referee. He gets drilled as he was looking over. Errol Morton. Protect yourself at all times.
That's right. He's going to take a standing 8 count.
How could he not? Going for the low shot, and Gotti looked over. Well, that might change the controlled nature of the fight.
That'll end round 1.
And some retribution may be coming in round 2.
Let's go ahead. What we got to do, champion? Listen to me. Don't let that take you off your game plan, okay? Now listen, keep stepping around to your right, okay? You're staying in front of him a little too long. You're staying low beautiful. When you're moving over, you're getting under the hook. Start shooting around.
Go right in. Long as you go, you're going to get busted up.
Take a good look here. There's Mayweather. Has his hands on Gotti here. Referee should be here. He hits him in the clinch, then that. Gotti looks over at Errol Morton. Can't do that. And then Mayweather comes in.
Stay in your corner, guys. Stay there.
Here we go, round 2. Gotti has taken a standing 8 count, round 1. The referee was not in a position to see Mayweather leaning on Gotti's neck and pushing him down.
And we're also informed that on the replay that referee was saying stop punching, and Mayweather ignored that and didn't get called for it. That could have been a very devastating shot. And again, Gotti being held down low.
Mayweather showing the flashes, the flurries that he can fire out so quickly. There's a left hand that got his face.
Now you saw Gatti lunging there, and this is the real challenge of whether he can maintain his boxing when, you know, your emotions would indicate you might be rattled in there. There's the shoulder by Mayweather coming up and getting Gatti. Well, this has all the makings of something that could be a pretty dirty fight.
Gatti's going to have to go to the body. He's going to have to throw one of those Leonard Doreen body shots.
He tried it right there, Dick. Caught by Mayweather. Jab by Mayweather's pretty sneaky in there.
Mayweather was so quick, so quick.
That was the follow-up punch by Mayweather that got to Gatti.
There's a right hand, a left, a body shot, comes up to the head. So quick, doubles the right, body head. Second round action. And a controversial knockdown in the first round. Gatti trying to go to the body, and Mayweather just shoots out a jab. Mayweather's been in with some good people.
Hey, of course, Castillo and Diego Corrales, and made sure, you know, very effective winning effort against those guys who are top-notch fighters. Key right here for Gatti is to weather this early onslaught and try to settle in again as Mayweather tries to run away with it.
So quick, left to the jaw, right, landing those combinations with lightning speed. There's a right again, another right is so quick. He's turning Gatti now.
And when he turns to the side, he's able to land big shots.
And we'll come to the end of round 2.
Attack it from an angle. You standing in front of him, getting hit with right hand leads, baby. Keep the left hand out in front. Stay low. Come on, champ, baby. Come on, baby. You can do this. Okay?
They know what the fuck they're up against.
Keep touching him with the jab. He's busting up already.
All you got to do is keep checking his ass with that hook. Hit him with the right hand when you want to. How you feel?
Feel good? No shot. We're coming for the fight.
Mayweather showing the blinding speed there, the good right hand. Look at the foot speed that he gets in and fires off a good left hook after that. Good right hand. Remember, first round we said the most speed that Gatti's ever faced. And you see the imposing effects of it.
Third round is upon us, scheduled for 12. Arturo Gatti defending his title against the undefeated Floyd Mayweather, trained by his uncle Roger Mayweather, two-time champion in his own right.
Let's walk it right out. Just walk it right out. I said walk it.
And Gatti trained by Buddy McGirt, a former fighter. Here's Gatti now trying to jab a little bit.
Now, Gatti needs to jab, and even if he's not landing, just keep it out there so that Mayweather can't time him. Look at Mayweather charging at him. Kept Gatti off balance just long enough.
Mayweather said, I'm going to box circles around him and go inside and punish him.
And Mayweather just dares you to come in with his left hand down low.
Hey, bring it up, bring it up. Come on.
Well, Gatti has nothing to lose even if he gets warned for a low blow.
I was thinking, Dave, that Gatti should pressure him, go after him, even if he gets peppered, if he could lay on him, lean on him, wear him down a little bit physically, but I think Mayweather's just too quick.
Mayweather's
just too quick.
Awesomely quick.
He slips away, and he throws double, triple punches.
And look at that, you block two left hands and you're happy, and then he nails you down the middle with a right hand.
Third round action. A long anticipated fight. Ricky Hatton is in town, and he's been campaigning to fight the winner of this.
You bring it on. Come on, let's go.
Now Mayweather's warned about getting the punches up, but watch how he moves. Watch the hips as he gets into his punches, and he'll turn. So when he turns, he's able to sit down on the second punch. Now, when you look at the speed of Mayweather, you know it boils down to, for Gotti, he will need the bomb at some point in this fight.
Well, I'm thinking, Dave, that for Gotti, that one little moment in time, that one window in time when he could land a big body shot. Because I think a body shot's the only thing that could do it.
Well, set up other things, yeah. And then from his perspective, have something left still. Mayweather leaping in with the left hand. He will really test Gotti's stamina.
Well, Mayweather has a good chin as well. We'll come down to the end of round 3. Ricky Hatton, interested bystander here tonight, wants the win.
Well, you know, he had the big win over Costa Zoo. Probably had no idea that he might come here and challenge Carlos Mausa, who got that big win over Vivian Harris. Yeah, he came over here to challenge and be in the limelight. That's what you do after you get a big win. Go to a big fight. You lobby.
Complete that whole thing, buddy.
Okay, you got to hit him. Don't worry. Don't worry, baby. Come on. Don't worry, baby. Don't get upset, okay? Let's go out there now. Let's fight like I know you can fight. Let's get the head movement going. Come on, baby, like we did in the gym. Get that upper body movement. Just step around.
All right, seconds out. Got to stay in your corner. Stay in your corner.
Round 4. Mayweather sprinting off his stool. And Buddy McGirt giving instructions to Arturo Gatti. Gatti's trying to get a little movement involved here. Trying to rotate the shoulders a little bit. He's got Mayweather on the ropes.
He's got him at a distance. He needs to keep the jab popping so that Mayweather cannot just leap into him. Watch where Mayweather starts his attack from. He's so fast, he can leap in. And that adds power because of the way he's doing it. He's keeping his leverage, he's turning properly. That's athleticism when he comes in. Gatti needs to neutralize that by popping the jab in the face, doubling up.
Come on now, stop and bring it up.
Mayweather will also switch. He will go southpaw once in a while. He's got good defense, excellent defense. And he's been known to toy with opponents. You better not toy with Gatti.
Gotti's trying to load up, and Mayweather knew and nailed him with 3. Gatti walked just straight into him.
He is so quick. Extremely talented athlete, but Gatti's got great heart.
Right, he's getting nailed because of the jabs not being out there. If he's just pawing with it, Mayweather comes storming behind it. Well, Mayweather's showing why it's so difficult to fight him.
Wait, roll the light up, roll the light up.
Gatti has somewhat of a look of desperation on his face.
Well, he's been outpointed before. He's been in difficult fights before. He's a warrior to the end. He would just like to buy a little accuracy right now.
He's taking a lot of criticism that he's fought B-level fighters, that his management has set it up for him and all that. And this is obviously the toughest test of his career. And to a degree, it's a tough test for Mayweather as well.
And some of the criticism, the analysis on Gotti was legitimate because basically it was a box office play. That's just another element of boxing. He pretty much existed outside the realities of this sport.
Mayweather is scoring at will. And we finish up round 4.
Punch, Arturo. Come on, take the tap, but you got to get at your hands go. You're not letting your hands go, baby. All right, you're aiming too much for the head. Keep stepping around. Keep your upper body moving. You can do it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we're getting punched anyway, so fuck it. Good work, baby. Beautiful work. Show you what it was from the beginning. Don't put no water on me. Don't put no water on me.
There's big shot by Mayweather. The left hook. 3 big shots as Gotti walked into. Now it's 5. He just walked into it, and it's the infinite quickness by Mayweather. He will not let Gotti reload.
Round 5, and the thing we want to keep our eye on, Dave, is will Gotti's eyes start to swell because he's taking shots right in the face. There's a jab from Mayweather. He has cut badly in the past, swollen badly in the past.
These are laser shots as the heads almost come together. The elbow, the shoulder of Mayweather come up on Gotti.
It looks like Gotti's left eye is starting to swell.
Yeah, the Mayweather jab has helped that along.
And both fighters have had hand troubles over the years. Mayweather's had brittle hands, Gotti's had broken hands.
Yeah, Gotti broke his hand right here in the fourth round against Mickey Ward in the 3rd fight. Went on to win the fight with 1 hand. Now Mayweather missing over the top.
Come on.
Gotti jabbed, and when he missed Mayweather, he ducked so that he could avoid the counter, and that's when they tied up.
Mayweather's jab is so quick.
Gotti should fire that left hand, and then, knowing that Mayweather will charge at him, try to hit him with an uppercut. It's a timing play.
Fifth round action.
Again, Mayweather holding behind the head. He makes sure that Gotti won't get up from that. So what we're seeing is Gotti is trying to win it with his jab here.
When Gotti goes in like he just did with a jab, then he stopped throwing.
He needs to throw 3 jabs.
Don't put the forearm in his
And now
face,
Mayweather
okay?
warned
Okay,
about the
let's
elbow.
Ha.
Gotti needs to throw 2 or 3 jabs and then take his chances once he's in.
But let both hands go.
Yeah, Mayweather has made him pay when he gets in, and to his credit. Gotti has a little more aggression in this round. Mayweather still makes him pay every time he misses. Look at that. This is surgical sharpshooting. The second punch by Mayweather, that's uncanny to miss that wildly with a left hook and then be in such good position that you can land the right hand behind that.
Floyd Mayweather's had a very turbulent career. There's a right hand. He's had various people manage him. He once was handled by his father. He got rid of him. He's had legal problems. It's doubtful whether he'd be able to take this fight because of that. And that ends round 5.
Well, Miguel Cotto's in the house. You can tell it's a big fight. All the fighters are coming here. You've seen Hatton, Cotto.
You're trying to knock him out with
We're all seeing dollar signs.
Just move the head and move your hands to the body. baby. You're trying too hard to knock him out. Don't worry about that. Okay?
Yeah,
Come on,
putting
baby.
in swell.
You still got 7 rounds to go. Don't worry about it. You're trying to land.
Soften that ass up a little
Face
bit
is
more.
starting to swell up.
Put that right hook in there, too. You need that.
Mayweather, on the other hand, is unperturbed.
Punch that.
Here's another look at the Mayweather explosion. Good right hand. This is what started his good round. Gotti had been doing well.
Get that rag off his
Look
neck.
at these, just simple shots by Mayweather, and then they built up to more.
Round 6. Let me ask you this, Dave. Gotti obviously is trying to do some boxing here. Just doesn't have the quickness and the moves that Mayweather has. He's got to do something offensively. He's either got to start the brawl, he's got to do something.
Well, he has to become the old Gotti, because this one is just running into too much Mayweather. You know, he came in, Buddy McGirt has done a great job for him, and in these last 2 fights, he was not hit much. That system worked. He brought that system in here. That's what he's trying to perfect. But with Mayweather's quickness, you know, the deliberate approach, the scientific idea of coming in there, jab, jab, throw something, he may have to abandon that and just try to land a big Gotti shot.
Either that or go after him and just rough him up.
He's tried a couple things. He tried to go to the body. He's had a couple shots blocked. But, you know, when you make a guy a boxer, it's hard to just snap your fingers and then make him a brawler all over again. They took a long time to turn Gotti back into a boxer, and he's paying for everything right now.
He just took a barrage.
That was painful.
Mayweather now starting to beat on him.
Mayweather could stop him if he keeps this type of assault up. But Gotti literally has nothing to lose.
Oh, what a left hook.
By turning into his old man.
And a right hand, 2 right hands, 3 right hands. Whoa!
How much will they allow him to take also in his corner? He's trying a right hand counter. Well, this is what happens if you don't have the speed. And when you've turned into a boxer. Can you summon the old offense? Because obviously he won't be able to just get in the old-fashioned way. Look at that.
Triple hooks. Right. Oh, he is unloaded.
The Gotti corner may have a decision to make in the next round or two if he continues to take this type of punishment.
Walk him out. Come on. Let his arm go forward.
Well, Gotti's saying something a little important about holding the elbow.
You talk about where is Gotti's offense too. You know, if the other guy is quicker than you and then really makes you pay when you make a mistake, you get gun-shy. And we're seeing a gun-shy approach here by Gotti. It's self-preservation.
Well, he's just being out quick, and his left eye looks like it's almost shut.
I think the corner may have to step in for him at some point.
This will end round 6.
Sooner rather than later, and they made the right one.
Well, Scuffle's starting to throw here. It's up, they're throwing bottles. Hold up. Gotta watch it, it's coming from behind us, Dave. There's Gotti with the end swell. Mayweather just unleashed a barrage of shots to the face. Triple, double shots, unbelievable. Terrifically quick, gifted fighter who has taken Gotti's title, and we'll see if he does what he said he would do. He said he would take the title and give it back.
Well, you know what? I think he would just love people to love him as much as they love Arturo Gotti. the kind of stuff you can't buy.
There's a lot of people in that ring. And there's Mayweather, 34-0 now. Gotti's run has been ended. A phenomenal 5-fight run here at Boardwalk Hall.
Get it, baby! Get it!
How many people wrote him off after 1998 when he lost 3 fights in a row and then came back? Look at the big right hand by Mayweather. It's just a matter of how much more of this could he take. 3, 4 nice loaded right hands. Then he comes in with more. Jab to the body. Look at this. This is what I mean. Mayweather's a special fighter. You just cannot have an answer for the guy's quickness. And then Buddy McGirt. So there they are, Buddy and Arturo Gatti. And as we said earlier, Buddy McGirt stopped it.
Well, Ricky Hatton's in the house, Cotto's in the house. What do you think they think? How would they stand up against Mayweather?
Well, probably not that much better than Gatti tonight. I mean, this is an excellent version of Mayweather here. Look at this. You know, he's right up there with Bernard Hopkins, one of the best fighters in the sport, and he shows you why tonight.
Well, he said he was going to go for another easy victory. I mean, he has said all kinds of things all week and got people really fired up, but he delivered the goods here tonight.
At 6, round 6. The winner, KO victory, and new WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, still undefeated, Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, gentlemen, you both.
Tony Weeks calls him in.
Okay, right here is okay, anything below that's low. Right here is okay, anything that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times, above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Both of these guys real professionals, no ridiculous posturing or talking or anything like that. They're here to fight. They both have great respect for their opponents, and everyone's looking forward to this one.
This will be all business. The banger, Walters, Lomachenko. Hey, 6 wins, 4 knockouts. He can bang too. We'll see how it unfolds here. It's the footwork I want you to watch at Lomachenko. It is extraordinary. Here we go. They touch gloves. The southpaw is Lomachenko. This is round number 1. It's scheduled for 12. At stake, the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the World at 130 pounds. Nobody's got off just yet. There's Walters feigning, trying to get in on him. They're trying to land a right hand. If you're Walters, you want to try and make him feel your power early. If you're Lomachenko, you might just want to cruise for the first couple of rounds, feel him out, see what you can do. And Christine, I think you talked to Lomachenko about that.
That's exactly what he said, Colonel. He says, I'm going to give it about 4 rounds to feel him out. And it's rare you hear a fighter actually call out the round, but he is special. And he said, not to say I'm going to give away those rounds, but I'm not fully going to pressure this fighter until after about 4 rounds because he has such good defense. His proportions are perfect, and he knows exactly what to do in the ring. He's smart, too. So I'm going to take my time.
Both of these guys showing great respect for each other at this stage with a minute gone in round number 1.
Watch Lomachenko work, though. A little bit of movement with his gloves just to see how Walters reacts. A little bit of movement, side to side, upper body movement is what he uses a lot. Colonel mentioned his footwork, which is excellent. He's always unbalanced, leverage. It gives you angles also, and that really is an important aspect of his success.
Yeah, he has a tendency, Rich, to step around guys and blindside them with shots. And any fighter will tell you the punch that you get hit with that you don't see is the one that hurts you. And Lomachenko tries to do that. Not much between them here in the first half of this first round.
Walter's signature win was the spectacular knockout of Nonito Donaire 2 years ago. He has not ascended those heights since then. But he feels tonight could be the night that he does that with his power. By the way, that fight with Doheny, he was in a bad way at the end of I believe it was the second or third round. He got really tagged by Doheny, and he showed the ability to withstand and come back, and that was important. We don't know that about Lomachenko yet.
We may find out tonight.
Well, in that fight at 126, that was the division that originally we thought we were going to see this fight at, that the fans wanted to see last year. It didn't get made, but look, they're both fighting now at 130, a title on the line, and that's exactly what Walters wanted, was a shot at the title. And now that Lomachenko has won that title at 130, the fight got agreed upon, and here we are.
Difficult round to judge. I think Lomachenko's probably landed more than has Walters in the first round. He's picked it up in the last 30 seconds to try and be sure he wins this round. See that? He almost walks by his guy. Then he clipped him there to make it definitive. And what was going to be a very, very difficult round to score.
Because everybody's talking about all these other aspects, but he can fight on the inside as well.
Well, besides the foot speed, he's got a nice hand speed too. Lomachenko, the southpaw to the right of your screen in the blue and white. A little bit of red on it, high tech on his side, and he is a highly technical fighter.
Now you take a look at the style of Nicholas Walters. I've always liked his style. You know, it's a compact style. If you see, he's got his hands up high in a defensive stance. He keeps his elbows close, tight to his body, and so he uses all of that to help him defensively. But he does have, as Colonel mentioned, that one-punch power. His left jab, because he holds it up high, Colonel, it actually comes down a lot of times towards opponents, which is unusual. A lot of the fighters, you know, you see them bending down. The left jab will come from down below, but from Walters, it actually comes from up high.
Walters looks like he might be a little bit taller, but no, they're both 5'7", exactly the same height. Walters cut loose with the right hand. Walters again to the right of your screen now. Yellow socks, black, yellow, green trunks. That's the color of the flag of Jamaica.
He trains out of Panama. He speaks English and Spanish. Quite a unique guy. Great personality in Nicholas Walters too. So he has all the abilities and the package to be a star, and he is. I think he's very much, I mean, this fight for Lomachenko, he said this is a special fight because he knows the caliber of fighter Nicholas Walters is.
Both of these guys, by the way, are top-ranked fighters too. Bob Arum and the Brain Trust that do the matchmaking. Mr. Moretti, Mr. Trampler.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know that a lot of the other top-ranked fighters in this weight division or around these weight really wanted to fight Lomachenko. But Nicholas Walters wanted to fight Lomachenko.
Yes, he did, and now he's getting into it. Nice inside body shot and uppercut by Nicholas Walters.
And you'll see their feet come together quite a bit, a little bit of the stepping on the front foot, which, Colonel, you always talk about how that happens a lot between an orthodox and a southpaw fighter.
Yeah, it does, and when you're fighting like that, when there's an orthodox and southpaw, you got to work to get your foot to the outside to have the positioning. These guys don't even seem to be concerned about that at this stage, but if they get tied up and start stepping on each other, they'll concentrate more on that. And the way Lomachenko moves on his feet, he'll be to the outside of that outstretched left foot of Walters quite a bit tonight. Him slide around there again. Didn't get off when he took the walk by. See him slide around again. Didn't throw again. Back in position right in front of Nicholas Walters. Walters stands flat foot now and allows him to come in. Lomachenko again gets to his side, cuts loose with a shot. Steps in front of him, lets the jab go. Walters right there, right in front of him. Trying to reach for him. And again, you know, in the second round, Lomachenko outboxed him, so.
Of Nicholas Walters, which I think might be the best that Lomachenko has faced. I mean, we haven't seen it flashed yet, but Walters has an outstanding right uppercut, which he can use from in close, mid-range, or from long range. If you remember when he fought Darchinian, he knocked Darchinian down with a right uppercut from long range. When he fought Doheny, he knocked Doheny down with a right uppercut from mid-range.
So that's something we can look for when they're on the inside. This is round 3. It's scheduled for 12. Again, the WBO super lightweight 130-pound championship on the line. No, I said super. I meant junior lightweight.
Stop.
Lightweight being 135 pounds.
Don't do that. Here we go.
Straight left hand down the middle. That's the power punch for the southpaw. There he goes, walking by again, but not throwing the punch. Another thing that I'm noticing here that I had sort of forgotten is that Walters moves very well on his feet too. He's out of there very quickly, Rich.
Yes, you know, he is, because of the fact that everybody's been talking about Lomachenko's incredible versatility in the ring, and he is like a professor of boxing in there. People have tended to downplay what Walters can do in there.
Well, I think Walters has turned it up a notch in this round. He caught Lomachenko with a real good hook to the body right behind that right elbow in the last flurry of punches. Cracked him with the right hand.
And just missed with the uppercut you were talking about as well, Rich.
Yeah, he really hasn't shown that much. We'll wait to see if he has the opportunity for that.
Well, and that's the hardest thing when you fight a fighter like Vasily Lomachenko, is that can you hit him? Can you catch him? Because his footwork is so good. His feet are on one side. He's throwing punches from the other side. Everyone wants to know if Walters will be able to knock him out, but you got to catch him first.
Slick movement, but Walters is avoiding a lot of shots thrown by Vasily in this round. And see, he comes in, he caught him with the right hand there, threw 3 or 4 punches, caught him with one right hand. But Walters has landed a few in this round as well.
Of course, because of the defensive acumen of Lomachenko, it's difficult to get a clean shot on him. But on the other hand, really, Lomachenko has not landed a lot of blistering blows to the head of Walters either.
I'm leaning towards Walters in this round with 10 seconds to go. The harder punches that I saw landed, and this is professional boxing as I say that, Lomachenko. But I mean, there was that flurry at the very end, because some will say, yeah, well, he won the first 2 minutes, and therefore I'm going to give him the round. Others will say, how much damage did the guy do? And that's where the controversy comes from. Glad you brought that up.
And that's why you get some of these scores just all over the place.
That's right. This isn't like that so far. Now, Rich, I will ask you, do you agree that, or disagree that Walters won the 3rd round?
I think I disagree.
So you and I are totally at odds.
But then again, you've called 1,005.
Yeah, but I've scored over 10,000. This is the 4th round. We're at the Chelsea, a nice tight venue. Seats about 3,500 people. It's jam-packed on a holiday weekend here. It's Thanksgiving in Las Vegas, Nevada. Cosmopolitan Hotel, Vasily Lomachenko in the blue trunks, and in the black with the gold and green trunks is Nicholas Walters, a former world champ. He was pushed down. Tony says no, no, no. By the way, for you folks watching in New Zealand, Tony Weeks, who is one of the best, especially heavyweight guys, he's a big, solid guy, a weightlifter himself in great shape, will be handling the heavyweight fight between Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker down in New Zealand. And they couldn't have selected a better, more qualified referee to do a heavyweight championship fight.
The Walters corner is calling for body shots from Walters. They want him to do more body work, and it's just so hard to catch Lomachenko. That's the problem.
I think that's the good idea. I think that's the way he should probably progress here for a round or two at least, so that he can start touching. He has been flashing that right hand of his. He tried again, but it's such a difficult proposition
so
to connect.
Frustrating, Rich. So frustrating for him. He tried to land a couple of body shots here, and just the bounce of Lomachenko made him, made those punches much lighter.
Lomachenko has a little bit of that redness on the right side of his body, which is where Walters' left hand has attempted to land a power shot there. It just hasn't happened yet.
Stop.
Lomachenko is a guy who's considered the greatest amateur who's ever fought. It's hard to argue with a record of 396-1.
Well, I don't think anybody's had a record like that.
So, 2 Olympic gold medals, 2 world championships in the amateurs.
Tony Weeks says don't bang him behind the head. You pull him on the inside, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean,
well, let's
what
see.
Are we gonna see? Yeah,
let's see if he turns it up a notch now, as he told Christina he would. This is round number 5, again scheduled for 12, world title fight. WBO 130-pound junior lightweight championship of the world. Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Rich Murata, Christina Poncha, our principals in there. Vasily Lomachenko to the left of your screen with the blue and white. And in the black trunks with the green and gold is Nicholas Walters, a former world champ. 2 champions in there. Southpaw is Lomachenko, jabs with the right hand. And he definitely looks like he wants to pick up the pace, Christina. So let's see if he can be more effective now in picking up the pace.
Walters needs to pick up the pace too. He needs to let his hands go. His best shot in this fight is working and throwing more punches, and he's just not doing it yet.
No, he's not. He's landed a couple of decent body shots, one in particular from a couple of rounds ago. But other than that, he's been outboxed by Vasily Lomachenko. And now Lomachenko definitely has turned it up a notch. There's that step around, quick jabs with the right hand.
When he does launch the punches from long range, you can see that Walters throws punches with speed. So he's got power, but speed of hand as well.
And he went for the uppercut. That one landed a little south of the border. Tony warns him, and he looks at Vasily and says, "You good?" He says, "Yeah." He's okay. There's that step around again where he's got his thigh like up by his hip and blasts him with the left hand on the inside.
It really takes him far to the right, which gives a very unusual and difficult and uncomfortable angle for his adversary in the ring.
Yeah, well, you can't hit him when he steps by you like that. You get no leverage with your left hand, and unless you can spin around and pivot. But he's got that block because he's got his leg right next to you, his left leg right next to your left leg.
Another thing to love about Lomachenko is the fact that this is a guy that wants challenges. You know, he's fighting really good fighters. You know, he too wanted to fight Walters. And, you know, Walters is a big challenge for him. But, you know, he told Bob Arum when they first signed him that he wanted to fight for a pro title in his first professional fight. They couldn't get that put together, but it wasn't long after that he did fight for a world title. I mean, this guy's already had 2 world championships in 7 fights.
And every fight, all he wants is meaningful fights. He's like, I don't want tune-up fights. I don't want fights against guys that aren't either for a world title or at the top of the division.
He's 28 years old, and he's had his, you know, his time as an amateur fighter, more time than most, and now he's ready as a professional. He thinks to fight the very, very best, and so far, so good. Very, very successful, and he's had another good 5th round where he did, in fact, as Christina pointed out to us before the fight, that this is exactly what he wanted to do. They both weight, they both posture. That's something I haven't seen. Yet we view fights much the same way, and so do they. But there's not a lot of difference in some rounds, so I'm glad that happens. Okay, we head to the 6th round in the scheduled 12-round affair. Lomachenko turned it up a notch in the last round, a little adrenaline flow. Now let's see if Walters can do the same thing, because he needs to do that. He needs to get to the body of Lomachenko, and he needs to throw that uppercut.
By the way, I think we should mention, because we haven't so far in the telecast, for fans watching around the world who may not have heard things in the last couple of weeks, that Lomachenko is being touted as a possible future challenger, not right away, but maybe in a year and a half for Manny Pacquiao, which was surprising to many.
Let's go.
But he's up here fighting at 130 tonight. He could fight at 135, and maybe he says he would fight Pacquiao at 140. Pacquiao says he could easily come down to 140, that he felt that it would be easier for him to fight him.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday in the fighter meetings, and, you know, he said maybe in 1 or 2 more fights. I still need a few more fights before I'm ready, but, you know, to Vasily, the big question is at what weight class? The highest that he does see himself going up in his career is 140. So how soon does he want to make that jump? And when he does, is he going to stay there or just go up for a Pacquiao fight and come back down? Obviously, he didn't want to talk too much in the future, but he said he never would have thought when he signed with Top Rank that Pacquiao would even be a possibility.
Well, as long as Bob Aaron's promoting, it's a possibility. He'd like to get a few more fights out of Manny. It's all in Manny's mind what he wants to do. He's very serious about his political career in the Philippines, but he's also a guy that I've never seen come into the ring where he wasn't ready to fight in top shape. But he is getting up there in age.
Well, I'm not gonna say that fight is inconceivable, because I never thought I heard anything more ridiculous than when it was first suggested that Pacquiao take on Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
I asked Freddie Roach, I remember asking him on the radio show that I was doing at the time if that was a joke, if he was serious about it. We all know what happened with that.
But I think Vasily wants to stay at 130 for a bit. And I mean, we talked about our next fight coming up December 10th with Terrence Crawford. I'd like to see Terrence Crawford in there with Manny Pacquiao before talks of a Lomachenko fight. But look, he's doing quite well at 130, so we'll see how anxious he really is to move up.
Colonel Walters is not having any success here in the last couple of rounds.
And he's certainly having no success here in the 6th round. Cuts loose with the right hand that time. We haven't seen the uppercut yet that Rich has been telling us could come, and we've seen in previous fights and from 2 different spots in the Rick Darchinyan fight as well as the Nonito Donaire fight. Feints a couple times, and Lomachenko just smothers him. But there's no question from the 5th round on that Lomachenko turned it up a notch. We move to the second half of the fight. This is round 7. We're at the Chelsea. It's a beautiful theater here, beautiful for fight fans. Everybody's got a great seat. The Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, Nevada in the USA. 2 terrific champion fighters in there. Nicholas Walters, who held the title at a couple of weight divisions, and now Vasily Lomachenko has held world titles and only his 8th professional fight, but we've talked quite a bit about his amateur career, and that's why he's so successful at age 28 and only in his 7th professional, rather 8th professional fight. 6 victories, 4 knockouts, just a master boxer. There's that step around again. But more often than not, when he comes around now, that time he was able to land the punches. He got an uppercut in there and blindsided him with the right hand. Look at it, steps around. But more important, as we pointed out, when he does that step around, he's right next to the body of his opponent, in this case Walters, and Walters can't figure out what to do.
He can't land that right hand. I mean, he's completely taken away Walters' ability to land that power shot with his footwork, the way that he moves to Lomachenko's right, which is Walters' left.
Exactly right. There's Lomachenko turning it up a bit. Missed his wild shot, as did Walters. Walters misses his left hook, but Lomachenko catches him downstairs, cracks him with the right hand upstairs, bangs that left ear, gets the jab out there.
Lomachenko's work output is increasing from all areas. Look at in his punching, in his movement, in his angles.
Here we go.
And Walters right now has no answer for it.
No, he doesn't have an answer, and his legs looked a little bit weak as he was pulling out of there as well. Well, maybe the accumulation of punches here at the halfway point in this fight is beginning to catch up with Nicholas. As that step around again, he blindsides him, and there is no answer for that. I've never seen anybody else able to execute that move. And especially for the southpaw against the right-handed fighter. That time he uses the forearm. Lomachenko again outfoxes him on the inside. Where's Walters' uppercut? Look at the hand speed there of Lomachenko.
That was the thing that shocked me about Lomachenko the most, was when he fought Gary Russell, who has incredible speed. And it turned out in the fight, in their exchanges, that Lomachenko turned out to be the faster guy.
And look at Lomachenko here, left hand lead. Tony's get in there and says, don't hook down on those hands.
Walters is completely confused.
And Lomachenko's only picked up the pace.
He certainly has. And again, the arms get tied up again. Lomachenko pulls up and makes sure the referee understands what's going on here.
Is he quitting?
He's getting in Tony Weeks' ear about something.
He got off his seat. I'm not sure if Nicholas Walters is going to continue.
He's
That's
done.
it, all over.
The fight's all over.
He quit in the corner.
He quit.
Wow.
Wow.
He was getting outboxed and he was getting beat up. And he said no to Tony. Tony went over to check on him. Kind of anticlimactic, but see what a great effort by Lomachenko. Watch this in here. Here he is. He stands up. He says to Tony, no, I'm done.
You could tell, it looks like he's saying he didn't want any more. No, he's shaking his head no.
Over.
And he walked right across to Lomachenko to congratulate him. I think Walters knew he was outgunned in there.
As the challenger informs referee Tony Weeks, he is unable to continue. The winner by TKO victory and still WBO super featherweight champion of the world, Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko.
He feels that Malinga is
I give him both of you instructions in your dressing rooms. I expect you to obey the rules. I expect you to listen to my commands at all times. Let's have a good fight. I'm out fighting.
Of course, Roy Jones suffering that devastating loss at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. He's bounced back and it's been well documented, and he's really done an outstanding job since coming back off of that devastating fight that some call one of the worst decision in amateur boxing. Opening of round one, Roy Jones and Sugar Boy Malinga. Roy Jones once again with a combination style, a little bit flair from Muhammad Ali. Very attacking and demonstrative style of Michael Tyson. Both 165-pound combatants, well trained, well prepared for this fight. Roy Jones, much like Oscar De La Hoya, was not one to test his opponent. Later in rounds, he'll go at him quite early. He won't size his opponent up and see what's going to happen. He'll dictate and set the pace for the fight. Malinga is quite capable of going the 10 rounds. He feels he's gone quite a few rounds, and he's gone some 12-round decisions and done quite well. This is an example of the flair that Roy Jones possesses, and what an athlete he is. 24-year-old Roy Jones against 33-year-old South African Sugar Boy Malinga. Either fighter has been very definitive thus far. Early in the first round, I was scheduled a 10-round bout. Sugar Boy married with 4 children. Very proud of his past, and we mentioned a fierce Zulu warrior, so he has. Roy Jones expected to really be challenged tonight. Perhaps this may be one of his best challenges he's faced in his 23 fights he's had professionally. Roy Jones handled by Bob Arum. His first 19 fights he was handled by his dad, Roy Sr. Roy resides in Pensacola, Florida, where he trains in Pensacola and New Jersey, but since being taken over by Bob Arum, he has really turned his game up just a notch. I feel like he has stepped up to the upper echelon of fighters throughout the world. Winning moments of the first round. End of round one.
Okay, they ain't got him coming at you, guys. My fault. From the back. Damn. I'm sorry. Okay. I got him with a tight. I got it. Got him with a tight defense. Just keep pecking him with your jab till you open up. They ain't gonna have him coming to you.
The trainer for Roy Jones, Alton Murchison, the trainer, Dr. Richard Lucy, the cut man, and the second assistant, David Shoemaker.
I'm sorry, you okay?
Not a lot of early excitement.
Recording mask to the body now. Keep that.
Most
Keep
may
your
have
hands up at all
anticipated out
times.
of Roy Jones. Sugar Boy Malinga feels that he can take it and go right at Roy Jones. Nick Durant, his trainer, very confident they are talking with him. Roy Jones, very engaging personality, rugged good looks, and dazzling talent. All the characteristics, as we said, reminiscent of Sugar Ray Leonard, his idol as he grew up. Beginning of round 2. Nothing really decisive in the first round. Roy Jones landed some telling blows. Nothing really effective. Talani Sugar Boy Malinga out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Both fighters looking for counter punches and no one really landing anything. We said Roy Jones expects to be a very intense and attacking style. He feels like he needs to take it right at Malinga. Malinga feels that out of the boxers and the fighters, he has the more trouble with the boxers. He feels a fighter, one who wants to be aggressive and take it right at him, he has more success against. And Roy Jones, with a quick combination, not a great deal of success here in the second round. And Roy Jones lands a couple of combinations. Great hand speed by the champion. And Malinga may be hurt. Malinga swinging wildly and not landing with any punches. Roy Jones had him cornered. Malinga managed to free himself, and Roy Jones scored heavily here in the second round. Malinga comes back strong with some left hooks. And Jones pounds away at the South African. Corners him once again. Malinga had some starch taken out of him. Once again, Roy Jones in the corner, pounding away at the 33-year-old South African. Waning seconds here in the second round, and Malinga looks the worse for the wear here. Roy Jones going with the southpaw style. Quite evident that Malinga is a little dazed right now. By the flurry of punches, Roy Jones is successful in landing. Moments away from the end of round 2.
Thank you. Runs.
Sugar Boy Malinga really
Sugar, don't trade with this boy.
had the fight taken to him here
Fight
in the
later
third
rounds.
round.
Don't
Roy
trade with
Jones
him. Get down low. Like I said,
has
get
not
down
been
low.
tested, most feel, since May of
Don't trade.
1989. And now they feel his career has reached. Roy Jones landing a flurry of punches here in the second round and cornered Malinga twice in this round and nearly put him away. South African showing some great stamina, escaping from some hard right hooks, some hard jabs. That punch took its toll right there on Talani Malinga. Beginning of the third round. We remind you that Malinga has never been knocked out. 43 fights and has never hit the canvas. Roy Jones has floored 20 of his opponents. much the same style and fanfare of Oscar De La Hoya, of course. Roy Jones, a flair for the flamboyant, if you will, in his style and trunks. Roy Jones, 1984 won the Junior Olympics, and he went on to win 2 National Golden Glove Championships prior to earning a spot in the 1988 Olympics. And that was the fight that we said before he lost in the Seoul Olympics. International judges gave the decision to his opponent. It was called probably the worst decision. And Park Sai-hun, Korean, was awarded the gold medal in the 1988 Olympics. Roy Jones switching back. Apparently went southpaw style in the second round. Going back to a more conventional style he's used to fighting with. Malinga a little more aggressive in the third round. Roy Jones completely dominated the second round and appeared to have Malinga in serious trouble a number of times. Telling blow, body shot. Finds his mark on the South African. Roy Jones leads with the left, left hook. Not really effective. Sugar Boy not really moving very much. He's worked in spurts and has been an attacker, but he's backed off since Roy Jones has landed some effective fights. Flurries. Something that Roy Jones has a great deal of success with. A little bit of we mentioned he's a showman. A little bit of Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Very well chiseled 24-year-old IBF champion.
Stick your tongue out, all right?
Referee Elmo Adolph gives some instructions to both fighters. Perhaps a warning to the middleweight champ. He's warning to Roy Jones not to stick his tongue out. End of round 3. Roy Jones and Sugar Boy Malinga.
Go to use your jab. Rinse.
Crowd buzzing here at the Casino Magic here in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, just 45 minutes out of the Crescent City, New Orleans. Here on the Gulf Coast, the Palacious Casino Magic. And the fans in this area have been buzzing all week about this fight we're seeing tonight here in HBO. It's been quite an event.
I'm setting. You're going to the body good. Explode to the head up top. You're working good. Take everything. Come on, take what you can.
Roy Jones with a little flair. Landing punch. Landed on Malinga, knocking him back. Jones in the gold trunks. Malinga in the black, red, and yellow trunks. He is 8th ranked by the WBC. Roy Jones seems to be cutting off the ring just a little bit for Jelani Malinga, and once again attacking and gets him back in the corner once again with an effective left hook. His jab has not been as effective. Roy Jones says he was 80% effective with his hands when he fought for the title against Bernard Hopkins back in May 22nd, a 12-round decision. But he says his hands are just fine for this fight. He felt like he did not have, he had injured his right wrist and was not as effective as he'd like to have been. Here in the 4th round, he appears to have a commanding lead. Malinga has shown some spurts. A gamey fighter. He's not one to be knocked down very easily by, as evidenced by his record. He has never hit the canvas in 43 fights. Flurry by Jones and Malinga. Neither landing any points. Malinga feels like he needs to work the body a little bit against Roy Jones and feels he can get in with this attack. Malinga, a former national middleweight, super middleweight, and lightweight heavyweight champion. So he has been up and down the scale, but feels that the 165 he weighs for tonight's fight is his most ideal weight. Sugar Boy, when he was a novice boxer at age 15, he recorded an amateur record of 190 wins in 200 fights while capturing several national championships in his native South Africa. Waning moments of round 4. The headliner, Roy Jones and Talane Sugar Boy Malinga. Roy Jones going back to southpaw style. Doesn't seem to be as effective. End of round 4.
Deep breath in and out. And out. In and out. Give me some of the water there. Other water. Another one. I got it.
Sugar Boy Malinga, managed by Nick Durant and Mike Siegel. Cut man is Les Bonanno.
Sugar.
His second assistant is Robert Middleton. Nick Durante has been very impressed with Sugar Boy's training coming for this fight. He feels this is the most committed his fighter has been for any fight.
Seconds.
Beginning of round 5. Roy Jones continues to switch styles from the southpaw to the more conventional style. Very unorthodox style in Roy Jones. He's a tough fighter to get a read on if you talk to some of his opponents, and that has been evident by his record. And he does have a telling combination. Roy Jones hopes to win this fight and expects the title defense in November. He has no opponent in mind, but first, he must get past Talane Sugar Boy Malinga. Roy Jones feels like his uppercut is very effective. He had a great deal of success in the big title win against Bernard Hopkins. Just a slip by Malinga. It's not a knockdown.
This box.
Referee Emil Adolph.
Stop! Your corners over there. Give me a towel.
And Emil
Give me a
Adolph
dry
calls
towel.
for a towel. There's some wet spots on the canvas, which has caused some slippage by both fighters. A little bit humid here in the ring with the lights and the intensity and the huge turnout here in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Beautiful summer evening here at the Gulf Coast.
Let's go. Box.
Fight resumes here in the 5th round. Malinga needs to be more assertive in attack. He planned on landing some body punches and working Roy Jones. He felt he could score with some body punches and felt that Roy Jones' style fit the type of fighter he has success against. Jones began boxing at age 6. He's the oldest of 5 children, and he's been boxing competitively since age 10. Telling blow by Jones, and Jones continues to throw a barrage of punches to the body. Roy lands a right uppercut to the South African. Malinga very tenacious at times in his approach. And once again, referee Amo Adolf calls for a towel to wipe off some wet spots. May cause problems to one of the combatants.
Keep his foot in there. It's down outside. All right, let's go. Box.
Roy Jones cornering, shouting instructions to the middleweight champion. Final moments of round 5. A somewhat uneventful round thus far in a 10-round bout.
That's all right. Bell, the bell, the bell.
As we prepare for round 6. Prepare for round 6, you get an idea what kind of crowd is in attendance tonight here. Packed house. Wall to wall. And as we talked to the CEO of Casino Magic a little earlier, we got an idea what's in store for Casino Magic. Roy Jones with the good right hook shows he's got the punching power, and that has landed many an opponent on the canvas. Has had not a lot of success against Malinga. Malinga has been a tough opponent for him.
All right, let's go.
And has proven to be everything that he would be to Roy Jones. Once again.
All right, let's go. Box.
Elmo Adolf gives Roy Jones the opportunity to adjust his mouthpiece in his corner. Roy Jones will lead with some jabs and follow with a tremendous flurry of punches. That's been a very effective attack for him. Really hasn't landed a lot since the early rounds of this fight against the South African. He's really been everything, as we said, that Roy Jones expected. This will be the 4th American for Malinga, as we mentioned. He's had success against 3 others, but the first time he's ever fought in the United States.
Watch your head. All right, let's break it up. Break it up out here. Break it up. Break it up. Watch your head. Keep your head out.
Warning to Malinga. Headbutting. Some people very close to Malinga compare him to a pit bull by his style. Very aggressive, very demonstrative style. And as you saw, Malinga, his footing is very unsure because of the humidity and dampness on the floor. Left hook knocks Malinga down.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And 1 minute and 6 seconds in the 6th round. Roy Jones scores his 21st knockout of his career. His 23rd win of his career, 21 coming via the knockout. 1 minute and 6 seconds in the 6th round. Roy Jones, obviously the fan favorite here. Sugar Boy Malinga does not appear seriously hurt, but some of the telling blows that Roy Jones managed to sneak in were very effective on the South African. And that was the punch there that really took its toll as Malinga hits the canvas. That left hook, very devastating left hook. Solid shot, an uppercut, floored Talani Malinga. The only time that Malinga was in trouble was in the second round, but just an effective combination by Roy Jones proved why he is the IBF middleweight champion. The count by Elmo Adolf, and as you can see there that Malinga was unable to regain his feet, and Elmo Adolf called the fight off right there. A wise decision, not disputed by Malinga's corner. Evidently it was a wise decision. And Roy Jones really demonstrated his mastery here tonight. Casino Magic here in Bay St. Louis, and demonstrates his IBF middleweight championship belt. Sugar Boy Malinga, we mentioned, was at number 8 by the WBC coming into this fight. Malinga suffers his 9th defeat in 44 fights. And this was a great stepping stone for Roy Jones. We go to Mike Buffer, the ring announcer.
The count of 10, the official time. 1 minute, 57 seconds of round number 6. The winner by knockout victory, still undefeated, now 23-0, 21 KO. The IBF middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Atmosphere absolutely sensational here, the MGM Grand, as Tony Weeks calls them in.
You both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, look, if it goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. Right here is okay, anything below that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Let's go.
All right, so we're set to go, Dave. I don't know about you, but there's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Goosebumps.
That's it.
Electricity, and you know, Manny Pacquiao, you're always expecting him to come flying out there and throwing something huge. And let's see if that's what he does here against Oscar.
And a lot of people think that's what Oscar has to do, too, is come out real fast and fight every minute of every round himself. Will there be any filling out process, or will they go right to it? Oscar starts the test with the right hand upstairs. Manny continues to circle to his left. Nobody's committed to anything hard just yet.
You'll watch Oscar for the right hand lead down the chute against Manny's southpaw style as Pacquiao clips him. Also the double left hook, and Oscar De La Hoya is a great left hook artist to the body.
And on the breaks, watch the uppercuts off the hands of De La Hoya. Oscar knows how to fight southpaws. Manny tries to touch him up with the jab, but you can see the reach is significant for De La Hoya. And the cheers go up. A battle between the Filipinos and the Mexicans.
Right here in the United States.
Right. Manny caught him. Oscar hasn't landed anything significant here in the first round, so in the first minute he hasn't just thrown caution to the wind and made Manny feel his power yet. But Oscar can set up that left hand. A little bit of abrasion on the nose of Oscar De La Hoya already. Oscar blasts the left side of the body of Manny downstairs. Manny has a tendency to bounce and skip, and if he throws that left hand down the middle, he can catch Oscar at times with the left hand down the middle. But right now, he's concentrating on positioning, Dave.
And De La Hoya with the right hand glued to his chin, expecting Pacquiao to throw the big straight left hand down the middle. and it's been tried a couple times, and De La Hoya has managed to smother those shots.
Manny touches him up with his jab that time. There's a left-hand lead for Manny, which is his power shot for the southpaw. 2 minutes gone. De La Hoya's not winning the first round at this point, in my opinion.
That looks a little roughed up around the nose area, too. Some good, sneaky shots getting through by Pacquiao.
Now Oscar opens up for the first time. Catches Pacquiao to the right temporal bone as Pacquiao was bent over. You know, part of the philosophy for smaller guys is sometimes to make yourself smaller, like Whittaker used to do, and if Pacquiao can bend way down when Oscar comes in, as he showed that time, it can be a difficult angle for Oscar. Oscar short with his punches in spite of the fact of his reach.
And there's Pacquiao darting back out of trouble and then into the punching range. And his speed has probably been a little bit of a surprise for Oscar so far.
Well, it's significantly different in his speed. Oscar short with the jab again, last few seconds of the round. Oscar tries to open up, but Manny makes him miss. Caught him with the right hand there, but not significantly. And here comes the bell to end the first round. I give that to Pacquiao. Now remember, the official judges are Adelaide Bird of Las Vegas and Dave Moretti of Las Vegas, an old friend, the Hall of Fame referee and judge Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa. And Stan and I usually see eye to eye in scoring. We're usually right together as we came up together years ago.
Boxing, very important. You better keep your back off the ropes. When you feel the ropes coming out,
vayas buscando, él no puede hacer nada más que recto o gancho. Y ya lo viste que se tropieza, todo no sabe qué hacer. Claro. Ahorita le pongo la medicina. Más vivo, con seguridad, tu jab. Y vivo porque se va a apalancar con la izquierda en un momento determinado. Tienes que quitarla.
And here is Pacquiao on the right side of his screen. Good straight left hand getting through, then ducking down to miss the counter from Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar looked almost a little awkward with some of his punches in the first round. Here we go, round number 2. Let's see if he tries to put some pressure on Manny Pacquiao now. You heard Freddie Rhodes say, as soon as you feel those ropes, get off there. And he gets off by hitting Oscar.
Now, Oscar De La Hoya looked tight in the opening round.
And he looks tight right now, too. And Manny nails him with the right hand. You know, Oscar was a natural southpaw, so he's got considerable power with his left hand, but he hasn't been able to land it yet. Manny's landed the heavier blows and more blows to this point. Little side-to-side dip. So far, things are working for Manny Pacquiao as Oscar can't touch him up. The quickness of foot, the movement of his head, and the hand speed.
Now watch when De La Hoya moves to his left to cut off the ring. That is when Pacquiao charges him. And he will not let the ring be cut off. When Oscar moves to his left, watch and see if Pacquiao then decides that's the time to charge.
A minute gone in the second round. So far, Manny Pacquiao looks like he's outboxing Oscar De La Hoya, to my way of thinking. Oscar missing with the jab, jab, jab. So that stiff left hand and jab ticketed for the head of Manny, and Manny bobbing, weaving, diving, ducking, is not being hit by the jab at all. Oscar's got to get a piece of him. If I'm him, I got to step up the inside, catching him in the chest. You got to get a piece of him.
Let's start there. Yeah, get inside. He wants the right hand lead against Pacquiao, but Pacquiao is really quick with his feet.
Oscar fighting a little on the flat-footed side. Manny right up on his toes.
Yeah, it's magic so far for Pacquiao, his ability to go in and out.
And in spite of the fact that Oscar had Angelo Dundee advising him, it was Angelo always used to say, hit and don't get hit, in and out, in and out. And that's exactly the way Manny Pacquiao is fighting right now. There's the uppercut. Straight left hand.
Well, he is sharpshooting here. And he's showing extraordinary patience. He lands his best shot, then he gets out.
I'm surprised that Oscar didn't force the fight a little bit more here in the early going. I really thought he'd try to test his power shots against this guy, but he can't catch up with him.
No, he cannot get inside and work that body and set up the rest of the fight.
Well, he can't hit him with the jab, seemingly. And without being able to touch him up with the jab, you're going to have a difficult time with the right hand. Of course, one big punch with the left hook can change the course of this fight in a minute. In a second, I should say. There was a left hook that got through that time, but it was with an outstretched hand of Oscar. There was no power behind it. So Pacquiao's movement is the difference in this fight, and it's extraordinary. Well, the quicker pound for pound guy is 1-2 on my score sheet.
He's doing a great job thus far.
Porque le das oportunidad de que trabaje su velocidad. Tira, llavea y tírale. Al cuerpo, arriba y rematas abajo. Pero no camines hacia adelante buscándolo sin tirarle golpes, porque le das todo el margen a él. ¿Viste? Y tírale. Tu 45, izquierda, derecha, open, izquierda. Si lo dejas, empieza a hacerte a chacotear ahí arriba, no tírale.
Liang hata, ah? Yeah. Good boy. Coach, keep boxing him. You're making it hard. Now you make it hard to find you, and he's taking chances. He's starting to make mistakes.
Nahihirapan siya paghanap sa'yo, pag gano'n na ginagalaw mo.
Keep boxing smart. In and out, side to side.
Well, the directions by Freddie Roach, in and out, side to side, and that's exactly what he's doing. And he's executing the fight plan to a T. This is round 3. The Colonel Bob Sheridan with Dave Bontempo. MGM Grand Garden Arena facing you, Manny Pacquiao. To the left of your screen, Oscar De La Hoya.
De La Hoya out-punched in the power department, 2-1 so far by Pacquiao, who has shown infinite quickness, the good movement on the angles, and then delivered the payload after he's made Oscar De La Hoya miss. And you see some tentative qualities in these shots by Oscar De La Hoya. They're coming up a little short because of the speed of Pacquiao.
Pacquiao has landed some power upstairs to Oscar because he's swollen around the eyes and on the cheeks. And his jab, really doesn't seem to have that kind of power. And as I say that, he finally is able to get the jab to the face of Manny Pacquiao. With just about a minute gone here in round 3. This has been the best minute of the fight for De La Hoya, but he really hasn't capitalized on it any. Pacquiao still working, trying to get in and out. Looking for his opportunity to attack.
And this is when Pacquiao is in front of De La Hoya, and he's trying now to cash in. The lead right hand is there for him. He's trying to go through the Pacquiao jab and get that right hand in, and he's starting to load up with it now.
Oscar loaded up a couple of shots, and both were taken on the back of the gloves of Manny Pacquiao.
No, but it shows where Oscar De La Hoya's fight plan is headed.
Straight left hand down the middle, snap the head back of Oscar. Oscar hasn't done enough to win the first 2 minutes of this round, although he's had a better round 3 than the first 2. How many rounds can you allow Pacquiao to put in the bank, though?
In a 12-round fight, if you allow 3, then you would have to win. You'd have to win 7 of the next 9. Yeah. That's how big a 3-0 lead is.
.45 seconds to go in the 3rd round.
Now the harder shots have been De La Hoya's in this round. Pacquiao has landed more.
Manny with a good body shot in the left side of the rib cage of Oscar. Oscar's still very flat-footed. Pacquiao's down in his heels a little bit more, but he's picking his shots. Nice head movement, making a difficult target with that left hand for Oscar. Oscar, you're right, Dave, is tentative with the right hand. He's gonna let that right hand fly down the middle.
Yeah, he shortened it up. He shortened it up, didn't trust it.
I mean, he can't be afraid of the power of this guy. That'll be a round to remember. I mean, I'm leaning towards Oscar De La Hoya for that round.
You could give it to him, and that looks like that might go as a split because Pacquiao landed a lot of good body shots in the last minute.
Give me one deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Come on, do it right.
That's it. Got to remember that 3rd round, Dave, that it could go either way on the judges' score sheets. Because if people judge it for Pacquiao, he's got a prohibitive lead with 3 rounds after 3 rounds. And you explained to him how much more Oscar would have to come back. It's Freddie.
Lead out. Use your feints a little bit more and counter punch. Yeah. Okay?
Here's Manny Pacquiao, the straight leaping left hand. Look at that off the move. And how do you get that shot through a lead shot on Oscar De La Hoya?
Let's go, Freddie.
The quickness, he poises, gets through. Throws a shot that was unexpected.
And if Oscar can't land the jab because of the movement, is what Freddie Roach said true? Is Oscar having trouble getting off? You know, it's something you got to question at this stage right now. We don't know. There's a lot of fight left. This is round 4. Oscar to the right, Manny Pacquiao with his back to you. MGM Grand Garden Arena. The obvious hand speed of Pacquiao is just that. It's so obvious. The left hand down the middle. For the right-handed fighter, they say you throw the right hand down the middle of the southpaw. Conversely speaking, the southpaw does the same thing. Left-hand power shot down the middle, and he caught Oscar. Oscar's left jab is not accurate. He hasn't been able to plant the right hand.
And he's paid a price every time he stops. Pacquiao circles. Oscar De La Hoya stops, and that's when Pacquiao hits him. Hits him off the stop. And with Pacquiao moving like this, you see that it's been hard for De La Hoya to locate that lead right hand he wants.
And already different from the Stevie Forbes fight, where Stevie was fighting the fight of his life. He couldn't manage to win any rounds, or many rounds, if any, against Oscar. And Manny Pacquiao is certainly more than holding his own.
And just getting bolder as he sets up everything with good movement outside and then comes charging De La Hoya inside. And so far, it is a beautiful fight by Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, and Manny's seeing the right hand of Oscar, meaning that maybe Freddie's right too, that Oscar's not able to get it off with the sharpness that he once could, because it seems like every time he throws the right hand, Manny's dipping and making, even when he lands, there's a right hand crisp in the jaw of De La Hoya.
And Pacquiao's getting bolder, coming toward De La Hoya and getting more into those shots.
See, Oscar's trying to step up into the jab, but look at how tentative it is there as he just puts it out. Right hand misses, and Manny just parries it up. All those jabs, about 5 or 6, and nothing landed. And that's just a little head movement of Manny, and now he comes in and unleashes an assault to the body. Nothing powerful, but this is.
Yeah, in terms of power, Oscar De La Hoya has already been touched up more by Manny Pacquiao than he was against Floyd Mayweather for the whole fight.
Pacquiao is doing, and clearly doing more, in my opinion, than Mayweather did in the fight. Mayweather got the split decision. Pacquiao's
he hurt him there.
Caught him with the uppercut. Oscar's having a tough time right now with Manny Pacquiao.
It's a 4-to-1 ratio in power punches this round for Pacquiao, and this is a defining round in the fight.
Good body shot, a little bit south of the border. Tony Weeks right on top of him, says, keep him up, Manny. But you'd expect that with a guy that's some 4 inches taller. That's a Pacquiao round, anyway
that's a big Pacquiao round.
And remember, it's not definitive that De La Hoya gets round 3.
Yep.
I put it down because I thought some judges would, but it's not definitive that he gets the 3rd round.
Tiene todo el cuerpo descubierto y no le tira, tírale derecha al cuerpo, tira tu 45 también, izquierda, derecha, sin duda, no dudes. Lo que pasa es que es más ligerito, es más rápido, que está ganando los golpes, pero tira, porque si te quedas ahí parado, llevas 4 rounds perdidos. ¿Oíste?
Kaya mabasa yung galaw mo.
Don't just walk in behind the feint and the head movement and the bit of jab. A little bit of movement. He can't handle your speed, son.
That's obviously the game plan. He can't handle his speed, and he hasn't been able to.
And because of that, Pacquiao out-punching De La Hoya, almost 3-to-1 in the power department, 60% landed, and when you get up and you keep that percentage, that's when fights get stopped.
All right, this is round number 5. De La Hoya is going to have to do something sensational here, and straight right hand caught a piece of Manny that time, and he's going to open up. He's going to put his ears back, throw caution to the wind, and try to start nailing this guy with some power shots. So Manny's going to walk away with this thing, outboxing him. Freddie Roach said, just make sure you have the head movement coming in and coming out. And Freddie is the type of guy that gives 1 or 2 instructions to his fighter in between rounds. And Manny is a coachable guy and follows what Freddie says.
Yeah, from the moment we saw him entering the building, Oscar De La Hoya has not been comfortable. Not comfortable in the ring, not comfortable before the fight.
Not comfortable in his dressing room. No smiles, and that's not really his nature, though I understand what it's like on fight night for a professional prize fighter. That's the way he gets himself ready to fight. It's all business in the ring, and it's a dangerous sport. But right now, he's on the receiving end of the speed of Pacquiao with a minute gone in the 5th round of the fight. Oscar just pouring with the jab, not really stepping up into it, not throwing the left hand to the body with any viciousness at all. And look at Manny. Look at the amount of punches he's throwing there.
And the power. Here's a guy that's come up from 106, and he's a legitimate welterweight power puncher here.
Actually heavier. Listen to the crowd's reaction as Pacquiao scores. Tony Weeks, the 3rd man in the ring, hasn't had to do much because these guys are not clinching. They're boxing and fighting. Manny Pacquiao, is considered a fighter as opposed to a boxer. But what a boxing match he's putting on tonight. Look at this.
He has been terrific moving up. Meantime, Oscar De La Hoya has not looked good coming down. This is not a comfortable weight class for him tonight. And he is just not the same Oscar De La Hoya we've seen in terms of the fire. And Manny Pacquiao is capitalizing on it to this point.
Well, Pacquiao, with 2 minutes gone here in the 5th round, is certainly winning the 5th round. And he may have won every round. I gave De La Hoya the 3rd round, but it was very close. And we pointed out at the time that there are some judges who could have gone the other way in that one. So Oscar finally plants a right hand to the body, then upstairs. And now he finally starts hitting Manny. And all that seems to do is get an adrenaline flow for Pacquiao. But that's all Oscar's done in the entire 5th round of this fight.
When do you see him eat so many jabs?
I've never seen him eat so many jabs.
Nope. He has gobbled up a lot of them from Pacquiao in this fight.
In losing efforts to Bernard Hopkins, to Mayweather, twice to Shane Mosley, and Felix Trinidad, he didn't look this bad. Another Pacquiao round goes in the books for me. I have it 49-46, and it could be as much as 50 to 45.
And it even seems wider than that, the way the fight is being contested. Oscar De La Hoya looks exasperated.
Good boy. Off the ropes. You don't belong on the ropes. Don't get lazy and play. All right, stay focused in the middle of the ring.
Slow it down.
All right, deep breath.
See, just one or two
fight's in the middle of the ring. Okay?
Points that Freddie continues to make. Don't get caught up against the ropes. You feel your back touching the ropes, get out of there. And don't get overconfident with this guy. Stay focused. Freddie Roach knows exactly what Oscar can do, and he knows exactly what his man can do. This is round 6. MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Dave Bontempo. Manny Pacquiao in red to the right of your screen with the red shoes on. Oscar De La Hoya must open up and start landing some power shots, or he's going to be outboxed for this entire fight by Manny Pacquiao. Most people thought De La Hoya would knock this guy out. A lot of people thought inside of 6 or 7 rounds. And Pacquiao is just totally outboxing. And if the fight plan engineered by Freddie Roach is what Pacquiao's trying to do, he's keeping Oscar right in the center of the ring. Oscar is not willing himself and pushing this guy back and making him back up.
He's fighting with a tentative nature. He's aiming his punches. He's guiding his punches. He just has to let it go. Sometimes you go in there and the other guy will just be faster than you, a little bit stronger than you. And Oscar De La Hoya will have to just throw caution to the wind because the scorecards are pretty soon not going to be issued for him.
Oscar's left eye closing up with that jab and the left hand following it. And now here he tries to exchange it, Manny. Nothing that he throws lands, and Manny touches him up. Oscar had his left hook that time blocked in the elbow by Pacquiao. So nothing really working for Oscar. Even when he opens up, Pacquiao is landing more shots.
And there's Pacquiao with 2 and then a left hand down the middle, and we're used to Oscar De La Hoya standing and taking his shot when the guy comes at him, cutting him off with the right hand, cutting him off with the left hook. But tonight, the speed of Pacquiao on the inside continually disrupts the momentum and the rhythm for Oscar De La Hoya.
And Freddie won't allow, Freddie Roach that is, won't allow Pacquiao to allow himself to get caught in up against the rope so Oscar can pin him down and unload 4 or 5 right hands on him.
Look at the patience here of Pacquiao. 3 nice shots, you load up again. 3 nice shots, you load up again. You don't lunge, you don't go for what's not there. The right hand lead for Oscar De La Hoya. We've seen it on a handful of occasions tonight, and that's all.
Is this the night that Oscar gets old?
So far, the answer would be yes.
Well, you know, people talk about the southpaw style of Manny Pacquiao, but he's known he's fighting a southpaw. He handled Floyd Mayweather with better ease than he's handling this guy.
Yeah, he's been a split second behind, and then the quick feet of Pacquiao have put him at good angles where he can launch an attack. Probably the most surprising part of this fight is how Pacquiao has maintained his speed and still has good power at 147.
And then he moves, bounces right, bounces left, doesn't let De La Hoya cut him off, and the bell sounds to end the 6th round, another Pacquiao round. Well, right now, as I look at my score sheet, Oscar De La Hoya almost needs a knockout, or at least knock him down a couple of times to win this fight.
And it's just a distant consideration for him right now.
Rematas al cuerpo, tiras arriba y rematas al cuerpo. Así te va a pegar menos que como estás paradito. Tírale, ponle presión porque anda agotado de los pocos golpes que le diste al cuerpo.
Sit down. You keep the fight in the middle of the ring. You keep boxing and turning them, okay? All right? Now here.
Here's Pacquiao. Double jab, straight left hand through there. You just don't see Oscar De La Hoya taking 3-punch combinations like that. It is Pacquiao's night.
And Oscar's, I look across the way, sitting on his stool, looks almost like a beaten fighter. Well, his corner said, come on, you got to take the fight to him and start landing some right hands, throw some right hands anyway.
You know, he knows it, but whether you get the body to do that, whether you take advantage of those split-second opportunities is a different story.
You know, he threw the right hand that time with kind of the thumb out and the palm up. That's not the way you throw a power shot with your right hand. Pacquiao continues to bounce around up on his toes, and he's been this way. You know, if his fight plan was to fight the first minute of the first round and then the second minute and then the third minute, he's done exactly that in every single round, which is what he said he had to do and what Freddie Roach said he had to do to beat De La Hoya.
And then the other thing that we talked about is that he had to do enough in the power department to make an impact, and he has. He has outfought Oscar De La Hoya in the power department by a ratio of about 3-1.
And then Freddie Roach also telling Pacquiao, don't lose concentration and allow this guy to sneak back into this fight. Oscar again tentative with the left hand, so what does Pacquiao do? He cracks him with the right hand. He's working on that left eye of Oscar De La Hoya and has it almost shut. Oscar not getting off right hands, and he looks like he's almost shell-shy right now, the way Manny's attacking him.
And this has been the fight since the beginning. Pacquiao's power bothering Oscar De La Hoya, and Pacquiao gets off first. You don't see De La Hoya on the ropes like this.
And it was the corner of Pacquiao, namely Freddie Roach, saying don't get caught in the corner. Now De La Hoya's caught in the corner. And look at this guy go. Minute 15 seconds to go, and De La Hoya's in trouble.
He can't get off these ropes here.
He should be sliding down the ropes or grabbing this guy. Nothing is working for Oscar. Manny's punishing him right now. Oscar's heels are heavy. He's heavy in the thighs. His legs aren't there. Manny continues to put the pressure on him. Pacquiao knows he's got him a little bit stunned. Oscar really slow with his jab now. The back up against the ropes, and Manny's on the assault. Tony Weeks having a good look at Oscar De La Hoya. Look at the legs ready to go of Oscar De La Hoya. Manny nailed him with a right hand. He's all over him right now. Oscar's hurt. Pacquiao pouring the pressure on. Finally, Oscar steps away. And that left eye is really closing up. This has been a great round for Pacquiao.
And there will be a big decision made in Oscar De La Hoya's corner, both about the eye and about his presence in this fight. He needs to step up.
Inside of 10 seconds to go in the 7th round.
If there's another round like this fight will be over.
Well, I don't think Oscar can take another round like this.
42-6 power punches for Pacquiao that round.
You want to keep on? Huh?
Too much punishment, dude. That's why you have to stop this shit.
Look at that eye as Nacho Beristain works on him.
Okay, you gotta fight back now.
Tony Weeks says, hey, you got to fight back now. So Tony's having a look at stopping this fight.
Take a deep breath, then you know. Take a deep breath.
They will be taking a real close look at stopping this when, look at this action. Pacquiao, 3 shots. And when do you see Oscar De La Hoya stand back and take stuff like this? And yeah, because of his legacy and what he's done, they're letting him have another round, and he has to take advantage of it now, or there may not be another one.
Well, they talked about history in the making and comparing this guy to the great Henry Armstrong, who won 3 world titles in 3 different classifications. Just the fact that Manny Pacquiao has come up 2 world titles in 2 different classifications, fighting this one, even though it's not a world title fight, to beat Oscar De La Hoya the way he's doing it would be significant.
And Oscar, a guy that barely stopped at 135 on the way up here and then jumped 2 more. And he's making himself look as good at 147 as he's been anywhere.
Now, Oscar hasn't been able to get off. He hasn't been accurate because of the movement of Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been on his toes the entire fight, and Pacquiao's had more power than Oscar. I mean, it's been all Manny Pacquiao tonight.
We have never seen Oscar De La Hoya in as tentative a position throughout as he's been here, and he has to try and summon 1 last ounce of something because he needs it now, and Pacquiao still stands and slugs with him after getting hit.
Now remember that Oscar De La Hoya has been a great champion, and one big hand could change the course of this fight. But it's a stretch right now in the 8th round as he continues to get outboxed by Manny Pacquiao. Oscar needs to do something sensational, and he's got to do it with tremendous power if he's going to pull this fight out now. The great fighters can do it, and he certainly has been a great fighter throughout his career. Let's see if there's one more miraculous move in Oscar De La Hoya. As I say that, Pacquiao pours the pressure on him, and this might be the miraculous finish of the career of Oscar De La Hoya. Pacquiao really labeling him and blasting him with left hand, right hand. Oscar's got to get out of the corner. When he feels the ropes, he needs to do what Freddie told Manny and then slide down the ropes and get out of there. This is no place to fight this guy.
He's spending more than half the round on the ropes now out of fatigue and out of being shell-shocked.
The chant goes up, Manny, Manny, as the crowd turns in favor of Pacquiao. The left eye of Oscar De La Hoya is practically shut, and now he's working on the right eye of De La Hoya. Nobody's been down. De La Hoya's been shaken on a couple of occasions, especially in the last round. For the first 2 minutes and some of this round, it's been Pacquiao outboxing him again, forcing De La Hoya back to the ropes. Feigning as everything that Freddie Roach has told him to do, he's executed.
And we've seen De La Hoya again on the ropes with the sanctuary. No place to win a fight.
And look at that. Just as Freddie told him, he walked right back to the center of the ring. And now this is one thing that, again, the corner of Pacquiao, they don't want him to hot dog it. Finish this guy off if you can. Don't mess with this guy. And the power shots are right downstairs. And look at Pacquiao, battle to the end of the 8th round, trying to stop Oscar De La Hoya in his tracks. But that ends the 8th, another Pacquiao round. Well, if we were wrong in the 3rd round, slightly giving that to De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao's won every other round in my score sheet.
That looked a little better.
Hey.
Do you have a headache?
No se siente nada.
Oscar.
No siente nada.
Oscar.
No tiene nada.
Do you have a headache? Are you dizzy?
Huh?
Do you have a headache?
Okay, listen. No. Listen. If you keep taking punches, I'm stopping the fight. Okay?
La paramos ya mejor.
You heard Tony Weeks say if you keep on taking punches, I'm going to stop the fight. So I would say that you might be seeing the last round in the career of Oscar De La Hoya.
To the point where the first time Pacquiao gets De La Hoya in trouble, that might be it.
Well, Tony Weeks flat out said, I'm not going to let you take any more head blows. He knows he's 35, and it's all over. The fight is stopped. It's all over. De La Hoya can't answer the bell for the 9th round. It'll go as a technical knockout victory after 8 for Manny Pacquiao. An upset, a huge upset. A tremendous victory for Manny Pacquiao. Now on the horizon, a huge payday. Probably in the spring, probably in the UK, probably against Ricky Hatton.
Who just happens to be here tonight. And what a moment for Manny Pacquiao, executing his fight plan beautifully, the side-to-side movement, darting in and out. And these guys were not on the same level tonight. This is as fine a performance, wire to wire, as we've ever seen from Manny Pacquiao. We've seen him overcome adversity. We've seen him come back from tough situations, but this was dominance from the beginning of the fight.
Well, if Freddie Roach, from what he said from the get-go, that Oscar can't get off anymore, it certainly looked that way for me from the very opening bell of this fight, that he couldn't get off. And, you know, a lot of that, you got to give the credit to the speed and the fight plan that Pacquiao had for De La Hoya, but De La Hoya looked tentative from the get-go.
He did, when he walked in the building.
Yeah, you said he didn't look comfortable at the weigh-in, walking in the building, in his dressing room, and certainly not in the ring.
And surprisingly, he didn't put on the extra weight to be a bigger fighter where he'd be more natural. He was actually the smaller fighter in here. And when he got into that ring tonight, it just wasn't there for him.
I'd like to know who in the corner of De La Hoya decided whether it was Oscar himself or somebody else, and we probably won't know.
Might have been a ringside inspector, because Oscar De La Hoya had acknowledged to Tony Weeks that that he would stop it in the next round if there was trouble, and then a ringside inspector went in there right after that, and maybe they just had another opinion that, okay, let's not waffle on this. Let's also remember Tony Weeks was here with the when Levander Johnson passed away in his fight. He's got that on his mind too. All these things weigh in.
Well, Tony had told him, if you take any more headshots, I'm going to stop it. And maybe Oscar just decided, you know, it's not going my way. Maybe it is time. You know, he talked about he doesn't know when to retire. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to go out with a performance like this, but
there was the inspectors talking to Oscar. A consensus, and he came right over and congratulated Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. You can't remember a time when Oscar De La Hoya got hit so much, and you can't remember a time when Manny Pacquiao got hit so little.
Well, in Pacquiao's last 2 fights has been nothing short of sensation. I mean, he beat a terrific David Diaz. Here's the official announcement.
Here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we turn a page in boxing history as this fight comes to an end. The official time at the end of round 8, referee Tony Weeks calls a halt to the bout. The winner by TKO victory, and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
18 years of pro ref. He's refereed 2 Joe Smith fights before. He's never reffed a Better BF fight.
Okay, boxing, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Puncher versus puncher. That is the most anticipated stylistic matchup this sport can produce. Peaked and prime world champs. They demand this kind of challenge. And folks, the respect that Better BF and Smith have shown each other, it's planted in knowing a certain danger, a certain truth that the rival possesses. A fight that can forever change a man, and isn't that why we watch? So enjoy it. Here we go. Better BF and Smith, round #1. Joe Tessitore, Andre Ward, Tim Bradley on the call with you. And Dre, in tracking Beterbiev over the course of his recent world title fights, there is a growing trend. His early work rate is slow. Beterbiev's more like a steam engine, gets chugging uphill after the first few rounds. He averages only 29.5 punches thrown the first 2 rounds.
He's going to have to be better tonight. And Joe Smith is doing the right thing by pressing the issue in a smart way, not recklessly, but keeping the jab in Beterbiev's face, trying to pile up points, trying to set the tone, and trying to get a shot through. You see Beterbiev moving more and more active than he typically likes to be.
Tell you right now, watch the right hand of Beterbiev. He's going to want to take away, there it is, right over the top. He's going to want to take away the jab of Joe Smith Jr. He's going to chop it away, cut it away by landing right hands over the top.
Joe Smith is right in front of Beterbiev, which is fine to a point, but he cannot go to sleep being in front of a man that possesses the power that Beterbiev possesses.
Smith tried to come around that wide guard, and he does so again with the right hand as they tie up on the inside. Keep in mind also, not just the work rate of Beterbiev early, but he has been knocked down 2 times in his career. Both of those instances, it came within the first 2 rounds.
And Joe Smith has never been down, amateur or pro.
There's a right hand from Beterbiev. And now the exchange on the inside before Smith leverages against the ropes, and they're cleared out by Harvey Dock. Right hand from Beterbiev gets around the guard.
It's a heavy, heavy shot. It's a clubbing shot.
Oh, off balance, that's a slip. It was a clubbing shot by Beterbiev for sure. You can hear the thud. Even, Dre, and we've brought this up before, Timmy, even when Beterbiev makes contact with the high guard, he can punch through the defense of his opponents,
yes,
right through third glove.
You know, power punchers, they just don't punch at the target. They punch through the target.
Body shot from Beterbiev.
Even a punch that hits your arms or your gloves, if it doesn't hit you, it can still intimidate you, and that's something that Beterbiev has over every opponent.
And when you get hit by a power puncher, it zaps your energy, especially when you get hit flush in the body by a power puncher.
Gets around that guard again with a well-placed, accurate right hand, then doubles up the jab. Smith coming forward behind the jab here, closing seconds. Oh, off balance and scores the knockdown, does Beterbiev. He caught Smith coming in.
7, 8. You all right?
Class is in session, people.
Big round for Beterbiev. Back to action here, round number 2. Let's get you the knockdown scored in round 1 late. First time Smith has been down in his career, Timmy.
There it is, film doesn't lie. There you go, boxing gyms, overhand right over the top of the jab of Smith. Smith has a tendency of throwing the jab from the wrong position or wrong distance at mid-range.
Look at this on the inside here in round 2. Big exchange. Oh! He gets him again! Another clubbing shot from Artur Beterbiev.
7, 8. You all right?
Smith is in trouble. Beterbiev with over 2 minutes to work with here. Patiently now going after it. 17 for 17. So destructive, so heavy-handed. Road grading opponents. Another right hand gets around the guard. Uppercut tries to sneak in. There's a hook. There's an uppercut. Beterbiev's on the attack. Joe Smith is crumbling again into the ropes. He is in serious trouble here.
7, 8. Joe, walk to me. Good. Walk over here, Joe.
The destructive, demolishing, human-wrecking ball of Artur Beterbiev, still with a minute and a half to go after it. Right uppercut. Smith trying to stay right in front of him. Jab comes in for Beterbiev.
Stop. Don't hit him behind the head.
3 knockdowns scored in less than 2 rounds. Still over a minute left for Smith to try to survive. Beterbiev back to the double jab.
He has out the window. He's a sitting duck to get knocked out.
Sweeping overhand rights, a left to the body, and now he has to tie up. A primed and ready world champion is being torn down here in round 2. Another right hand. Uppercut, big uppercut. He is stumbling, and this is over. Artur Beterbiev has done it in destructive fashion.
That's what Beterbiev has. Yes, he's a punching machine. He's heavy-handed. But look at the timing right there. Joe Smith Jr. from the wrong position, throwing the right hand, dropping the lead hand as he's coming in. Same knockdown here. Timed it perfectly right on the temple, which took the legs of Joe Smith Jr.
We saw some IQ and some boxing ability from Beterbiev today. He had to set those punches up the right way so they could land as flush and as clean as they did to get the reaction that he got from Joe Smith. This fight tonight, Joe Smith got hit by the power, he panicked, and whatever game plan he had went out the window, and he accepted the fact that he was going to get knocked out. That's the kind of power that Artur Beterbiev has.
And here's the end of the fight right here. Beterbiev just taking his time, looking for the right kill shot. You see he follows the head, lift him up with uppercuts right up the middle. The referee steps in and said, I've seen enough of this one-sided beatdown.
And Artur Beterbiev is now about to hear it official that he has his 3rd belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, this bout comes to a conclusion at 2 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 2 for your winner by technical knockout. And now, the WBC, IBF, WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev!
The judge from England is Harry Gibb. Judge from the United States is Larry Barrett. The WBC scoring rules a 10-point must. The winner 10, the loser 9 or less. You're looking at the Long Islander, Arthur Mercante, familiar name. 3 knockdown rule has been waived. The mandatory 8 count is in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell except after the 15th round. Neither fighter expects this bout to go the distance of 15 rounds. Both weigh in at 147 pounds. Both have a 74-inch reach. Green in the red trunks from England is about 2 inches shorter. He's not quite as fast as Sugar Ray Leonard, the champion in the white trunks. Sugar Ray fought a little different fight in getting the title from Wilfred Benitez just 4 months ago in Las Vegas, November 30th. It'll be interesting to see just how he attacks the challenger. 10-point must if you're scoring. 10 to the winner, 9 or less to the loser of a round. 14,000 watching here at Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. It's a probing first round. Sugar Ray keeping those hands very, very low. Davy Green of England in red, keeping them both up. He has a good overhand right. That one got inside, but it was short of the chin. And incidentally, Green has a protruding chin. A great target. Sugar Ray Leonard's fast combinations. Look at that jab by Sugar Ray Leonard, the champion, here in the first round. That was blocked beautifully by the left hand of the challenger. Clean hits, aggressiveness, defense, and ring generalship are the 4 points that these 3 officials will be looking for in judging this fight. The ring is 18 by 18 with a minute and a half remaining in the first round. Sugar Ray would like a little larger ring because then he can use his speed and maneuverability to advantage. But he's staying in close, not backing off, hoping to counterpunch. But Green being very, very cautious. Second title chance. Win against Carlos Palomino. And there's a left jab that finds the side of the face of Green. Green has been knocked out twice. Only 2 losses in 35 fights. He has scored 26 knockouts. Sugar Ray undefeated 26. Look at the speed of those 2 jabs. Doubling up with them. Now Ray's up on his toes. Oh, a beautiful right hand lead. A sneak punch, followed by a left hook. We've got about 30 seconds here in round one, and oh, there goes the Ali shuffle. 14,000 fans love their hometown champion. The area around the left eye of Green of England is reddened already. He really got caught high with that right-hand lead by the champion. And the bell will end the first round in just 10 seconds here in Landover, Maryland. Another heavyweight champion yet to come. That's referee Arthur Mercati telling them to stay near their corner until the bell sounds, and this is the start of the second round, a probing round for both welterweights. The champion in white, if you just joined us, undefeated, 26 fights, first title defense, first time in the United States in the ring, from Chatteris, Cambridge, England, Davy Boy Green. WBC rules. And again, as round one ended, the two came near one another and were pushing each other around, much to the chagrin of the referee, Arthur Mercati. Leonard now getting in just a little closer, allowing the challenger to get within range of those long and fast, rapier-like punches. But now the challenger is going to the left jab. Watch for that long right hand that he throws, sort of overhand. That's why Sugar Ray has to watch about keeping that left hand around his hip bone. Bring it up a little higher. The right hand of Leonard is cocked. Just joined us in the first round. He set a whistling right hand lead. There's a good left hook to the body. All right, we've had two upsets already in Knoxville, Tennessee. Eddie Gregory over Marvin Johnson in the light heavyweight championship, and Mike Weaver knocked out Cole John Tate. We'll be going there between rounds to Keith Jackson's get a report on Tate. With a minute and a half remaining in the second round. No knockdowns, neither fighter cut. That was caught on the shoulder. Now Sugar Ray, the pressure being put on a little bit more by the Englishman, former British and European junior welterweight champion. Ooh, a good left hook high on the forehead, Sugar Ray. He buckled just for a moment. Quickly raised up, but that was a solid punch with a minute to go in the second round. So now both fighters have landed a heavy punch. First round Leonard with a right hand lead, and now a left hook. Great body punch followed by a left hook. Look at that 1-2. Another combination, and Leonard is upset with his opponent. It's obvious he does not like the tactics that the challenger started. 30 seconds till the bell. There's one that got in. The other two punches were blocked. He's a banger, a brawler, this boy from Chatteris, England. Don't count him short. There's a punch that hurt Green. They need the rest. Challengers. Angelo Dundee, Leonard's manager, giving some strategy advice between rounds. A little bit more upright, backing away, counter-punching a little more. That's what he'd like to do. But this plotter in the red trunks sometimes can change the plan. There's a little left jab that hits the chin of Green. Look at the speed of those combinations. But Green won't give up. He'll keep moving forward. A walk-in slugger. Partially blocked body punch. This is round 3. 10-point must, WBC championship. We gave the first round to Leonard. We called the second round a draw. Green's jab found the mark. Leonard snapping away. Wanted a right-hand lead as he had him coming in. Missed it. Arthur Mercati Capitol Center Arena, right near the home of Sugar Ray Leonard, his apartment in New Carrollton, Maryland. His 6-year-old son is here, his wife Juanita, his mother and father, his brothers. And the challenger in red, bobbing and weaving now, slowing down the pace a little bit, trying to land a left hook. Brought his brother, his only brother, and his mother and father from England to see the bout. Beautiful defense by Sugar Ray, snapping away from punches, then launching his own attack here in the 3rd round. Don't forget, from Las Vegas later, Larry Holmes, the champion, defending his title against Leroy Jones at 254.5. Howard is out there. That'll follow this bout. Quick combinations, scoring points. The bell will end round 3 in 10 seconds. And now round 4, Leonard and White, the champion, given advice by Angelo Dundee this time. Move in, get him standing still and nail him. Well, let's see if he can do that against the challenger from England, Davy Green, in red on the right. He is a tough cookie. At the bell ending round 3, he just stood there and sneered at Sugar Ray. Those punches picked off of the gloves of Sugar Ray. He's becoming a very complete fighter. He's a good fighter. He wants to be a great one. He has yet to have his chin tested. His 27th fight. That was caught on the glove, and the audience here couldn't see it. That was blocked by the right hand of the challenger. 2 minutes left in the 4th round. Good combinations. Believe me, that'll keep you off balance. What Sugar Ray would like to do is to get Dave Green backing up. But this man just keeps moving forward. Glancing punches, no damage. Neither fighter marked at this moment. Sugar Ray looked a little confused there as he got into that clinch, but covered up, no damage. Good left to the chin. Minute in round 4. Now you see a little shorter range punching by the champion in white. Oh, a right hand. Most fighters would have gone down. Flush on the chin of the challenger. Combinations. Oh, and so long. Timber. What a series of punches. He is down the count, and it is over. Davy Boy Green is out. Shades of Knoxville, Tennessee, and John Tate. This came at about 33 seconds of round 4. That is the way to win a first title defense. And again, showing you this tremendous speed of this likable, poised 23-year-old Sugar Ray Leonard. What a fighter. Now we have some concern. The doctors, we have a neurosurgeon here at ringside, which I always think is a good idea, Dr. Long. A Dr. Breacher is in there, along with a Dr. Reed Pirates of the Maryland Athletic Commission. And believe me, Davy Boy Green has moved over on his left side, and now Andy Smith, his manager, and his chief second, Danny Holland, have tried to move him a bit. Hopefully not too quickly. But the speed was unbelievable, which you saw. Jabs, a hook, a right hand. And as we said, Sugar Ray not a devastating puncher, but the combinations add up, setting you up, getting you groggy, and then so long. 36th fight for this game challenger from Chatteris, England. It had 2 losses. Still groggy. Look at him. He's talking now. That's his manager on the right, Andy Smith. 2:27 of the 4th round. The winner and still champion. His 7th KO. He had 11 TKOs. So Sugar Ray Leonard with Dave Jacobs, with Yanks Morton and his manager Angelo Dundee, and still like a noodle, sportsmanlike gesture, and you can see the green is still punchy. He absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment. Ray Leonard, who felt he could find the target, and he certainly did in the 4th round. We had him winning the first, a draw in the second, and now look at the replay. Look at this. Set him up with 3 punches, and then the clincher. Watch it again. There's a right hand lead, followed by a left hook, and that would just knock the head off of most people, and it knocked the 26-year-old challenger out. Oh, another beautiful angle by our ABC crew. They're great. If you just joined us, 2:27 of the 4th round, and a left hook. All right, another left hook, and snap.